Cool, Jesus.
Hey.
Hello,
Me,
everyone.
Hi, everyone. Hi.
Welcome
Wait,
to our 10 to 13
welcome.
Focus webinar. So if you don't know either of us, my name is Alex. I come from the southwest of England in the countryside with a lot of cows, sheep, and horses come from and live. I guess they don't actually come from there.
They live there, yeah. Where exactly?
Exactly.
I don't know where. Where is?
It's basically Torquay, basically.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah.
More or less.
Fawlty Towers.
Yeah, exactly. Fawlty Towers is our claim to fame, along with Agatha Christie.
Yeah, of course.
And yeah, if you think of a lot of Jane Austen novels as well, were
they
written
go there
and set there.
Yeah, to like relax and unwind. Yeah.
All of the big manor houses with tea and big Victorian dresses.
It's not changed at all, obviously.
Exactly. So I'm Alex, come from England. I've lived in Bologna for the last 5 years, and I obviously still live in Bologna. We're all in Bologna. I'm in my kitchen at the moment. How about you, Hal?
Hello, my name is Hal. I'm in a spare room in my flat, which is also in Bologna. I have only been in Bologna for 6 months now. No, maybe now 7, but this month doesn't count. For 6 months. I can't believe you've been here for 5 years. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Yeah. And I teach with Alex at Myers in Bologna.
Exactly.
I've only been there for 2 months.
But he's a great addition to the team. Fantastic addition.
Shut up. Are you a gossip? We've got a question for you guys.
Typically, I'm not a gossip. If I'm fine with people gossiping to me, but it usually ends with me. I don't see the benefit in gossiping about things, because sometimes it's malicious. People start getting the wrong idea, and it just keeps on spreading. Not really. Are you a gossip?
No, I don't think I am. There's a saying in English, right? What is it? If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And I guess gossip isn't always bad. It's not always saying horrible things about people. It can be quite light and fun. But I don't, like you, I don't often initiate gossip. I don't often start gossip. If it's happening, then fine. I do find gossip maybe about celebrities or about politicians quite interesting. And that is still sometimes gossip, right? But about personal stuff,
of course.
Things, but about friends, I don't think so.
Because, I try to remain neutral, like Switzerland, and just obviously I have my own opinions on everything, but I don't want to stoke the fire. I don't want to add any more fuel to the gossip, especially if it's malicious. It gets out of hand very quickly. If it's quite innocent, if it's maybe speculation, fine. I like speculating. I really like speculating, but gossiping, don't know.
What about gossip about like celebrities or public figures?
Again, if I find them interesting, yes, fine. Why not? I usually passively read up on those things. It's not something that I actively go and search for. But obviously, both of us are British, and a lot of the time here in Italy, people come to us and start talking about either British politics, Brexit, or the royal family.
That's it.
So I think we need to have some kind of basic background knowledge of what's going on.
Yes. And probably a view, an opinion.
Exactly.
Otherwise, it looks like you don't have anything to say, even if you don't care about those particular things.
Exactly, and you're a representative of your country.
Exactly. Yeah.
What is your opinion on the royal family? I was talking with Joanna.
I can't stand them. Can I say this?
You can't.
YouTube? I think
of course. Why not?
They should be abolished. But what would I say? Goodness, we are where we are. We are where we are. So we have these guys. I think when the Queen dies, there will be an opportunity to think hard about what the monarchy means and what the country wants to look like going forward. Hi, Silvana. Hey.
Hi, Silvana. Yes, of course.
Yes, we can. Noun and verb. A gossip. And
gossip is everything.
Yeah, gossip too. You can use it as a verb.
Exactly.
So strangely, I guess a gossip can be the person, and we say usually a piece of gossip, or even that's some good gossip if we're talking about the thing, the content of the gossip.
Exactly.
Gossip. Yeah.
That's a good question, Silvana.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can use it however you like. I don't know actually. When the Queen dies.
Yeah.
Obviously, if they want to continue with the monarchy, if the British people want to continue with the monarchy, I think it would be wise to skip Charles, because he's hated even by people who like the royal family. So
yeah.
So we'll see. I think the winds of change.
Yeah.
Definitely. We'll see. I got a double dose of it, unfortunately, because I'm half Spanish.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You have to know about 2 royal families.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah.
More or less.
I worry about the Queen's death, because I just think the news would be that for like forever, and it would be a huge
I know,
cultural kind of crisis. So I mean, just don't let it happen soon, because there's enough.
Not now.
Going on. I know it would be
Not now.
Be awful.
Although Prince Philip looks a bit under the weather, and he's looked like that for a long time.
Are they in isolation? Are they?
Yes.
I don't know. Okay.
I think they went into hiding the other day.
Okay.
Into hiding. They're wanted.
Yeah.
It's a bit strange. I talked to my mum. So my mum lived in Spain when Franco died.
Okay.
And she said that I can't remember, but I want to say that it was for 2 weeks. They had complete radio silence. So nothing on not complete radio silence. Essentially, they had programs dedicated to Franco for 2 weeks. So no TV, no radio, no nothing. And the funny thing is that, so Franco, from an outsider's point of view, we can all agree that he was a dictator who didn't have the best record, let's say.
We can put it that way.
to put it very diplomatically. But
in case there's any Franco fans out there watching,
that's the thing. The feeling in Spain was loss.
Yeah, it's true.
They felt really, really sad about it, and I asked my mum how, because he was a dictator. So how? But she said that everyone felt was mourning during that period.
Right.
Which is very strange. So we'll see what happens.
You can look at, it's called Operation London Bridge, or Operation something, which is the kind of plan when the Queen dies. I can't remember what it's called, but
it is something like that, isn't it?
Operation London Bridge.
Yeah.
Or London Bridge is down, I think, is the secret thing that they say. So if we say it on YouTube, maybe we'll initiate Operation London Bridge. That's it. Which is when the Queen dies, guys. What the UK institutions will do, which includes things like the radio going very somber and quiet. Yeah.
Does that actually come from the song? I imagine it does.
I guess so. I don't know where they find these things.
London Bridge is falling down.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, because that's ingrained into all of us.
Yeah, it seems a bit of a careless choice.
That would hit us very hard, just on a pure nostalgia side of things.
Oh no. Yeah.
Exactly. I think they chose it wisely, didn't they?
Yeah.
Okay, so are you a gossip, Silvana? We want to know. Do you like gossiping?
Silvana, tell us a gossip. Do you like a gossip?
Please tell us. Please tell us. So today we are doing all about he said, she said.
He said, she said, he said, she said.
That's quite difficult to repeat, I think. He said, she said.
He said, she said. Yeah.
Not easy.
Hey.
So we've got this man with a very abnormal ear.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very big. And we are talking about gossip, idiomatic phrases, and reported speech. Reported speech is quite difficult if you focus on it.
Yes, we were talking about this. It is quite tricky sometimes. Yeah.
Something you don't realize you're doing when you speak. So let's start. Hal, can you read?
Juicy gossip. Juicy gossip.
What is juicy?
Juicy. Okay, so this is a collocation with gossip. So we say juicy gossip. Juicy means like juice, something that has lots of I don't know, I guess literally sweet liquid in it, no?
Yeah.
A juicy orange has a lot of orangey liquid in it. Ah, you're a gossip girl, someone. Okay, great. Do
you watch the TV show as well?
Yeah, do you watch the show? I don't. So anyway, juicy, yeah. And we collocate it with gossip. And when we say that gossip is juicy, it means it's like it's really good gossip. It's very rich.
Top quality.
Details, top quality. Like there's lots there. There's lots in the gossip to talk about, right? That's the idea.
Exactly.
Like you can squeeze the gossip and get out all of the interesting information, all the nutrients from it.
All the nutrients.
Oh, we don't say nutritional gossip. We say juicy gossip. Juicy gossip.
Yeah. I'm picturing all of the Hello Magazine readers like just squeezing, getting all of it.
Yeah. Get all the drops out. I wonder where that comes from. As a collocation, it's quite striking, right? It's quite specific. Juicy gossip.
Maybe from the newspaper pulp. Oh,
maybe.
I don't know, because you did squeeze. Maybe with the printing press, because to make paper it's a pulp first.
Yeah.
So you need to squeeze out all of the wood.
Sure.
I wonder why though. That's a very good question.
Guys, we'll go away and look it up. Gossip. Yeah. So the question was, why do we gossip? The first one there.
Yeah. Why do you gossip, Silvana?
Yeah. So
why do you gossip?
What do you get out of gossip? Why do you enjoy it?
Yeah. Again, we talked a little bit about why we gossip, maybe celebrities. I don't know why celebrities in particular, like everyone's got their own lives, but I think we usually find their lives more interesting. Again, I don't know why. Why do you think we gossip about celebrities?
Well, okay. To answer another question, I think we gossip about, I think that we gossip about people we know, because in a way it can be a kind of bonding, because it makes us feel like we're part of a group that we relate to, because we all share information about these other people and they share information about us, and that makes you feel like you're a part of something. And I guess that maybe that extends outwards to society. So gossiping about, let's say, the royal family is a way of feeling connected to the idea of being a citizen in the UK or whatever, right? I'm not sure.
Right. I agree with you on that, yeah.
That would be my theory. Silvana, yes.
So I like gossip about famous people, but just to have fun, especially in these particular days, yeah. We need some fun and distractions. Great job. No, you wrote it perfectly.
Yeah, no, it's perfect.
You wrote it.
Perfect.
I wrote these. Careful with the collocation. In Italian, it could also be used to signify strange. In English, particular means specific more than anything. So yes, it's fine, but maybe you wanted to say either peculiar or strange or even odd. Because in Italian, when you say particolare, it's a lot more strange, odd, weird days. So maybe peculiar would be a little bit better in this one. Particular is fine as well, but I just want to make sure that you know the meaning. It's specific in English.
Right.
Okay. Let's have a look at some more questions as well. So I think we've got this. We understand what gossip is.
So can I add something? One thing.
Yeah, please.
We haven't spoken about this. I have a few friends who I've had this conversation with before, and also I would say that gossip is sometimes gendered, by which I mean it's particularly thought of not, and I don't think this is a good thing, as something that like women do between themselves. At least people seem to talk like that. I don't think that's true. And then when men talk about similar things, it's not thought of as like gossipy or gossip.
No, that's right.
As like the men are having a chat and the women are gossiping.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah. Because
I'm trying to think of a time when a man has been referred to as a gossip.
Exactly.
You're right about that.
Yeah.
That's true. That's a good point, though. So,
like if you think about situations, it's usually associated with like groups of women.
Yeah.
Gossip girl. There we go.
Not rightly either.
No, exactly. Men love gossip.
Men love to gossip too. That's a good point, Hal. Okay. So I think we've already talked about 1, 2. So in what situations do we gossip? Yeah. In these peculiar situations. Pardon?
With a cup of tea. Traditionally, with a cup of tea or coffee, you get a coffee
exactly.
with someone and you have a gossip. Yeah.
Get some tea and biscuits. Like with Miss Marple or something. Okay. And how about this, Silvana? Have you heard or read any juicy gossip recently? So again, top quality gossip, something that you can talk about forever with your friends. And then finally, number 4, how could you read that?
Yeah, what is hearsay? Is it often reliable information? Hearsay.
For a long time, I had hearsay and heresy confused.
Yeah. I can.
When I was much younger.
Probably historically at times the two probably have got mixed up together.
I imagine.
Yeah,
maybe.
Hearsay and heresy. So Silvana, tell us if you've heard any juicy gossip. We can just have a gossip now.
Yeah, we can.
Give us the gossip and we can gossip about it. A live gossip. Have you had any gossip recently, Alex? Juicy gossip.
Well, we're all at home at the moment, so all of the gossip that we have.
It's not a good time for gossip.
No, just before this webinar, I talked to my brother who lives in Japan. Cool. And he was talking to me a little bit about I don't know about juicy gossip, but gossip about how the Japanese are coping with this situation and the Olympics and everything, how that's going ahead at the moment. So there's a lot of gossip. I think Canada has formally pulled out of the Olympics, is the first country.
Yeah.
So I imagine other countries will follow suit.
Didn't the Prime Minister of Japan say something like, "This Olympics is cursed"? Which
really?
Yeah. He said that, which I just think is just quite an outstanding thing to say publicly.
I'd be surprised if he said it.
Guys, I think it was an official. Maybe it wasn't the Prime Minister, but it's someone who's involved in the Olympics officially.
Because these Olympics are his legacy, unfortunately for him.
Okay, so maybe it wasn't him, but somebody, right?
It could have been him. Who knows? It's a terrible thing to come out with.
Yeah.
Do you think that they're cursed?
Oh wow. Well, I don't know if they've
We can
been
gossip about.
exactly. Have they had lots of problems already? I imagine so.
It
It
doesn't look
sounds
like they have. So my brother was talking about the state in Japan as it is, and
yeah.
said that the Japanese economy is basically stalling,
Okay.
and they were looking to these Olympics as the fire, like a kickstart to
Sure.
jumpstart their economy again.
Okay.
So they've got a lot of pressure on these Olympics, and if they can't go through with them, then it's a disaster for them. Disaster
Okay.
for the prime minister too. I mean, I think it's meant to be his last term in office, but again, all of the gossip says that maybe he'll give himself some more powers to prolong his tenure. We'll see. We'll see.
This is very political gossip, guys, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I wouldn't say it's juicy. Sorry, Alex. It's good.
Pardon?
I'm not sure I would describe it as juicy.
No, it's quite dry. It's quite,
dry.
have I got news for you, crowd?
Yeah, it's my kind of gossip, I think. Ooh. Here we go.
Can you read that, Hal?
Yeah. Every day I hear or read juicy gossip about celebrities with Facebook, which bomb us with a lot of informations. Okay.
So careful with the spelling of which.
Yeah.
Bomb as well. Maybe we could use bombard.
Bombard, exactly. When we mean the verb is kind of like to throw lots of bombs. Bombard.
Yeah, exactly. Because if we use bomb, it's much more the literal bomb.
Yeah, it's like
exactly. So bombard.
Yeah. And a lot of information.
Oh yeah. Good point. Information as well. Uncountable.
Yeah.
Good pickup. And she says that recently she heard about a therapy for the coronavirus in Japan. I don't know if it's true or if it's just gossip. Again, we don't quantify it, so just gossip.
Just gossip. You know what? Is this gossip? Because I would say, Savannah, thank you for sharing. It's really interesting, and we should talk about it. But I think gossip. I'm thinking now that gossip should usually include like personalities, right? Like people who have done something. Otherwise, you're talking about information or rumors. Rumors is a good word for like more general things to do with maybe healthcare or politics or the economy. You hear rumors about something, but gossip, I think, usually is to do with individuals and their stories, right?
Yeah, you're
sure.
right about that. You're right about that as well. So yeah, rumors is a little bit more factual, not factual exactly, but because it's a rumor
about facts. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
but maybe it is hearsay again. So not a hearsay, but hearsay. I hope it's true, but I'm sure it's not true.
I hope it's true, but I'm sure. Yeah, cool.
That's a good one. Cool. My brother says that they're quite ignorant in Japan, so I wouldn't keep your hopes up.
Don't keep your hopes up.
Yeah. Keep your hopes up. I guess that's a phrasal verb, isn't it? It's a quite complicated one.
Yeah.
Keep your hopes up.
Complicates as well.
Stay strong.
Okay, Silvana, interesting. Hopeful. In Italy, we use the term gossip to explain rumors. Yeah, I see. They're very similar, and there is lots of overlap, Silvana. But in particular, if you're saying, like, if you say to someone, "Have you got some juicy gossip?" or "What's the latest gossip?" It makes me think of people, celebrities, politicians, friends, family, and people in their lives.
But not about policy, for example.
Not about policy or I don't know,
economics. No.
Still, yeah. No.
That's a good distinction.
Yeah.
That's a really good one, actually. Yeah, you're right. I'd never thought of that, but 100% true. That's a really good one.
But it's not a good time for gossip because people aren't doing much. It's a good time for rumors, unfortunately. There's lots of rumors around on WhatsApp and Facebook and things. But gossip the latest gossip is that most people are at home. You know?
Which isn't very exciting. It's not very juicy.
Not very juicy at all. No. No.
Okay. So we have a bunch of phrases here as well. How could you read the phrases on the left?
Left, sure thing. To hear something on the grapevine, to badmouth someone, the talk of the town, a little bird told me, there's no smoke without fire. Nice.
A little bird told me reminds me of my childhood.
Really?
Yeah. No, they used it all of the time. Especially with, when you're at primary school and you start, maybe you have your first crush or little boyfriend, girlfriend thing.
Ooh,
yeah, exactly. Parents
use it to talk to their kids about things. Yeah.
Am I alone? Maybe Silvana. At the moment, it says that there are 2 viewers, but you're the only one who's typing. So maybe, enjoy. Who knows? Enjoy. Ask us as many questions as you want and gossip.
Give us gossip.
So we've got the definitions on the right. I'm going to read them too. So to criticize somebody behind their back, to hear rumors from friends, used when the speaker doesn't want to reveal the source of his or her information, the subject, person everyone is talking about, when there is a justifiable reason for criticizing someone. So Silvana and anyone else, please, you're way ahead. Great job, Silvana. Is that the right one? I think so. Fantastic. Good job, Silvana.
We were talking about this one because it's from the song, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a blues soul track, right?
Yeah.
A great
exactly. It's very famous in that song.
Yeah, and I think I have heard it used a few times, Silvana, guys, but it's not that common, we would say.
No. It takes a particular type of person to use that. I personally wouldn't use it. I don't feel I have enough connections to America.
Yeah, it's quite American. I guess. Yeah.
I think so. It comes from, you know where it comes from, though?
No, I don't.
It comes from the slave days. Okay. Slave days, it sounds like a joyful time.
You're working on the vines, and
exactly.
You kind of pass something along the row of workers.
No, they'd literally hit the grapevine itself. Okay. So the actual vineyard that connects all the way down the fields, so that they would, communicate with each other a little.
Oh, okay. It's wow. Cool. Yeah, I didn't know that.
So it comes from there.
The southern United States thing, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. More than anything, we have Silvana is on a roll.
Yeah.
So to badmouth someone, to criticize someone behind their back.
Exactly. Also, I would say to slag someone off.
Yeah.
I think badmouth, is quite American, though. Badmouth.
Yeah, I don't use it.
I would say don't to slag someone off. It's the same thing to criticize somebody behind their back.
Yeah. Stop slagging. Stop slagging him off.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that in a while. I'm so happy.
There we go.
Little pieces of Britain coming back in.
Yeah, here we are. Exactly.
And we even had the talk of the town.
Yeah.
Exactly. Is that positive or negative?
I would say positive.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah, usually. It makes me think of I don't know, actors on Broadway. They have a great success in New York, and they're the talk of the town. For a week, maybe everyone's talking about.
Yeah, exactly. A little bird told me, used when the speaker doesn't want to reveal the source of his information.
Right.
Even
or when Alex's parents want to.
Yeah. Exactly. Or even it's quite an innocent way of talking about information and gossip. Again, a little bird is not something horrible. It's very sweet and pure. It's even used a lot by parents with their children if it's the parent's suspicion. So it doesn't actually come from anywhere. It's the parents thinking about it, and they just want to pretend, because children are very, very gullible and they don't think. So they think, oh no, everyone is talking about it, when in reality it's just their parents. They've seen you maybe kiss someone in the playground once, and they just say, a little bird told me. Yeah, exactly. Very, very sweet and innocent. And finally, obviously, the most difficult one, because it's the last one. There's no smoke without fire. Yeah, exactly. When there is a justifiable reason to criticize.
Or to criticize.
Exactly.
I think that one is a bit of a strange, as in, obviously it can mean that, but it can also mean not just when there is a justifiable reason for criticizing someone, but when there's a situation and there must be, or you assume that there is an origin, like a cause for it, right?
Exactly.
Not necessarily always to be criticizing someone, no? It can be some bigger event. Yeah.
It could be. But again, it doesn't even have to really be justifiable reason for criticizing someone. It's just, for example, if you're talking to someone and you accuse them of something, let's say I accuse someone of stealing money.
Okay.
And they say, but you have no proof of the matter. And you turn around and you say, yeah, but my friend said that you stole money and there's no smoke without fire. So there has to be a reason why they did it. They said it. Sometimes they use it as a very weak defense, to be honest.
Yeah. Straw man. There's no smoke without fire.
Yeah. What can we use there's no smoke without fire in? I'm trying to think of a current situation. There's no smoke without fire. Any rumors?
At the moment,
there's nothing.
Okay. Well, you know what I was thinking? I don't know if this is a good example. I was thinking about probably the all-time most historically great gossip ever, which is probably the whole thing, for me anyway, is the whole thing about Marilyn Monroe having an affair with JFK, which I think is now completely historically confirmed. I think
so.
There were phone calls to the White House and stuff.
Yeah.
You just watch Silvana, or anyone watching, you can find on YouTube after we finished Marilyn Monroe singing "Happy Birthday" to JFK. It's a really famous video, and I think if you watch that and you'd heard some rumors that she was having an affair with him, you might say, yeah, there's no smoke without fire. Like, it's such a incredibly romantic and passionate and sexy version of that song for him that you kind of think, oh, obviously these guys are having an affair. So
yeah. There's no smoke without fire. Nice. No, that's a good example.
Nobody sings "Happy Birthday" like that.
Just for anyone.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. Nice example, Hal.
Thank you.
Okay, so the big interview. What we want you to do, everyone in the comments, is to create some questions. So we'll read the task to start. Maybe I do one sentence and then you read the next sentence.
Great. Yeah.
You are a journalist working on the latest scoop.
You have heard some juicy gossip about a particular celebrity and are keen to probe him, her for some answers.
Choose one of the scenarios opposite and work in pairs all together to write down 5 different questions to ask the celebrity. So we've got some different scenarios here, but first we're going to have a look, I think, at scoop and probe.
Yeah.
Those words are a scoop. It's a bit of a strange word. Yeah. So the most common use of it is maybe with ice cream. where you ask for a scoop of ice cream. So a bowl of ice cream.
I miss
it's the verb as well. Yeah.
I want a scoop of ice cream. So
we should stop talking about it then.
Yeah. Yes, a scoop of ice cream, right?
It's also the verb to scoop something up. Scoop a poop.
Oh, and
I'm trying to think. Yeah, exactly. Because if you have dogs as well, there are some inventions, I guess.
Cool. Instruments.
It gives it too much
Yeah.
nobility.
It's not too job. It's just a thing.
It's just to pick up your dog's waste. So that's to scoop as well. So this action, if you use a tool, you can scoop something up.
Right.
A scoop would be a piece of gossip, perhaps. Maybe you heard it from someone at the local bar that is close to the people in question, and you could say that that's a scoop. It's the first time, I guess it's the source really of the gossip, isn't it?
Right. I think the important thing is that it's you, and when you get it, when a journalist has a scoop, it's like they are the only people who have this information usually.
Right.
So the paper will say, "Hey, we've got a scoop on Marilyn Monroe," and it's exclusive. They're the only people with that new gossip, that new information. Yeah. That's the idea. Yeah.
You're right. And how about probe?
Well, okay. To probe, I think of like the
aliens.
Action. Yeah, alien, of like poking an object into something else. We send probes now into space to look for information. They go into space.
Right.
If you probe someone for answers, or you probe them with questions for answers, you kind of keep asking them for information over and over again. And the idea is that you're pushing with the questions in order to get answers out of them. So you're kind of searching for that information in a way to probe. Silvana, yeah, that's another one.
Allegedly. Something that so journalists love this word.
Love it.
They really do.
It's actually really important in English, right? Because in Italian, you use the journalists use other ways of expressing things less certainly, but in English they use this word. It's very important.
Allegedly is supposedly. So in theory, the gossip says this is what we have been told, allegedly. So it's not saying that you did do it or you didn't do it, but allegedly they did that. So someone said that you did that, but we have no proof.
Right. And it's very important, Silvana, because I don't know if a newspaper said that I had stolen £1 million, and I was the prime minister of a country, I could sue them. I could take them to court and say, I didn't do this. Okay. Whereas if they said, our prime minister stole £1 million allegedly, then technically I can't sue them, because they're not saying that they know that is a fact. They're saying it's possible, we've heard this, supposedly. What was the word you used? Supposedly, or?
Supposedly.
Yeah, supposedly. Like, they're not saying this is an absolute 100% fact. They're saying we have heard this is true, allegedly.
Exactly.
You see it
so
all
it's
the
covering
time.
themselves.
Exactly.
It's covering themselves. I had a friend at university that used these kind of adverbs all of the time, always. So he said allegedly, perhaps, supposedly, because he never ever wanted to, put his stamp on it and say this is what happened. He just said allegedly. So it's quite a British sentiment. We don't like being
open to libel, to sue.
We I don't know why, but
like suing. We try and avoid suing.
Exactly.
So we say allegedly.
All of the time.
All of the time. It's quite formal though. Was your friend saying it as a joke? Kind of.
It was just his personality. He never ever wanted to say that something was true or false.
Right.
Ever. So he would speak normally, and then there would be a little pause, and then he'd always say allegedly or supposedly, anything like that. It's very characteristic of my friend. So we have the different scenarios. We have scenario 1. A disgraced politician has been accused of laundering money. Oh, disgraced. Who's a disgraced politician now? A real disgraced politician.
What's his name? Former Mayor of London, Ken Livingstone.
Ken Livingstone, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a disgraced politician.
He is.
He can't show his face. David Cameron to a certain degree.
Yes, that's true. Anthony Weiner in America.
Who's that?
He was a senator, and then he also ran to be mayor of New York. But he was found repeatedly to have been sending, shall we say, explicit photos of himself to multiple women, some of whom it turned out were age. Repeatedly. Yeah, he's disgraced, because disgrace carries with it. It can be a false friend, though. It's not just that they are unlucky or something bad happened. It's also they did something morally.
They're guilty.
They're guilty in some way.
Exactly. For example, a disgraced politician can never return to politics.
Right.
Feasibly, like here in Italy, it's a bit of an exception.
There
are lots of disgraced politicians that have come back again and again. Even in the UK, I mean, Boris Johnson was kind of disgraced in the whole Brexit stuff, but now he's the prime minister. So new world.
We have a high tolerance for disgrace these days. That's why.
Yeah, that's a good
question. Silvana, this is excellent.
That's excellent. Yeah, please.
Scenario 4. So now wait, hang on. So now you are the talk of the town. Did you split up or not? Your fans deserve to know the truth.
Fantastic.
Celebrity couple have allegedly.
Really good job. Really good job.
Deserve to know. Exactly. That's what people always say, right, about gossip. Well, we deserve to know. We need to know. Public interest.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. Very good job, Silvana.
Thank you.
Really good. Have we got any of the other ones?
No.
Laundering was difficult.
Yeah, laundering.
Money laundering is the collocation. Money laundering is essentially you receive some money from the mafia. You can't just put that into your bank account because it's very, very suspicious. The banks will immediately see, oh, you added $1 million into your bank account. Where did you get that money from? We know you have links with the mafia, or we know you have links with someone. It's very suspicious. So what they do is that they have a third person, or even their own bit. Usually it's a third person business that they give the money to, and then the business uses that money and they essentially clean the money, because now it looks like it comes from the business and not from the mafia or someone suspicious. So that's money laundering.
You're speaking from personal experience.
Almost. I had my father, when we lived in Tenerife for 11 months.
No.
And when I was very young.
Yeah.
And when we arrived, we obviously needed a car, so we went to the car dealership, and at the end we had chosen the car, or my parents had chosen the car, and they asked, okay, well, we're happy with the car and we want this one, but how much is it going to be? And the man said, don't worry about it. And we said, what do you mean, don't worry about it? Exactly. He said, don't worry, the boss owes me a favor, so you can have the car. You just take it.
Yeah.
I'm 100% sure that's money laundering, because we had
Yeah. That's textbook.
One of the great train robbers owned, I don't know what the percentage is, but the vast majority of hotels, car dealerships, etc. on Tenerife.
Whoa.
So we're pretty sure that was a case of money laundering.
That's a brush with crime.
Yeah. It was strange for my pet. We had a lot of weird things in Tenerife. When we sold the house eventually, the person paid in cash.
For the house?
Yeah. My poor dad. He had to return. He had to return to England on an airplane all by himself with a briefcase full of cash.
Briefcase of cash. Incredible.
He was bricking it.
Yeah, you would.
He was very, very scared.
Yeah.
Poor man. He's a very nervous person too. Okay. I think we have just about enough time to go on to reported speech just for the last 5 minutes, so we have a little practice. Hal, can you read this?
Yes, we use reported speech to report what someone has said at an earlier time. Sorry.
No, please.
Convert these direct speech statements into reported speech.
So all of these statements, number one, let's do it as an example. I don't like this club. This is me speaking directly to the person. Okay. If I want to report that, I need to take it back one step into the past. So I don't like this club is present simple. I don't like. I also have to change the people. So I can't say I because I'm reporting what someone else said. So we would have to say something like he said. You can get inventive with the verb. So he said, he exclaimed, he declared, he reported, he, whatever you like. Let's just keep it simple. He screamed. He said that he didn't like this club.
Yeah.
And not that this club, but that club. So that should be the reported speech version of the same phrase. Can you confirm that I haven't missed anything else?
No, that's right. Do we need that here?
He said he didn't. No, we don't.
We don't have to have it, but yeah, that's the full phrase. And also, this might be a little bit confusing. I can imagine you could say, he said he doesn't like this club. If the context was, I don't know, you are still talking about the club, you're in the club, you're closer to it, because in that sense, it's a fact that it's still true about the present situation.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right about that.
Saying that. But it depends on the context. If you're reporting in the past, very much in the past, then we say, he said that he didn't like that club. Exactly.
Yeah. Let's say, for example, we're organizing a birthday party for the same person.
Yeah.
And I remember that maybe last year we went to that club and he didn't like it.
Right.
I would say he didn't like that. But if it's still very much in the present.
Yeah. And we're talking about it now, then yeah.
Oh, we had another one from Silvana. Scenario 3. There's no smoke without fire about your crazy driving. What do you want to say about it? I think it was about the football player.
Okay. So in this case, Silvana, the crazy driving is the smoke, right? So you probably want to rephrase that a bit. Say something like, there's no smoke without fire. Your crazy driving must mean something. What do you want to say about it? Okay.
Nice. It's a really good question, though. What do you want to say about it?
Yeah.
And we even have another conversion. So I wrote a book. He said he had one more. He had present, wrote, third, written. He said he had written a book. He said he had written a book.
Good job.
So we're going. Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. Good job, Silvana. How about another one? I think we have just about enough time.
One more.
I think we can even show them up, can't we?
Yeah.
Reveal.
Where is Lewis? No, Silvana.
Good self-correction.
Yeah,
good job. Don't worry. It's something that I think reported speech, honestly, is something that you gain the more you speak and listen to English or another language.
Yeah.
To study it is to study is difficult. With Italian, I picked it up. I didn't go away and sit down and learn it because it's too difficult. Okay, I think yes, nice, Silvana. He asked Luis. He asked where Luis was. Fantastic. Good job, Silvana. So unfortunately, that's all the time we have for. So thank you, Silvana.
Thank you, Silvana,
for coming. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully we'll get some juicy gossip in the next few weeks. Here's hoping.
Yeah, we need
because it's very dry at the moment.
Yeah.
I guess that's the opposite, isn't it? We didn't talk about it.
We need juicy gossip.
We need juicy gossip, don't we? Okay.
Take care, everyone. Bye.
Enjoy, Silvana.